Hi, welcome back to this YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I will be explaining to you how I created this digital art piece using Ibispaint, and this tutorial is completely for beginners. Step by step, I will show you how I did this masterpiece. So the first thing you'll notice is that I already have my sketch in place and I'm just retracing it out again. So the top part that shows the little finger, we're going to click on it and increase the stabilizer to 4, and also click on force fade, because what this does is that it gives you a sharp edge when you draw, and I like to do this to make my sketches look more defined. A lot of the times I use this for the face only, but today I decided to use it for other parts of the body too. Then, if you haven't noticed, I'm doing this on another layer, not the original one that I did the sketch on. So after I'm done with this, the next thing I do is move to another layer where we can continue the process. So here what I do is that I pick a color that I want to use for the skin, and I trace over the outlines of the edges of my art piece. Some people like to use gray, but usually I like to use the color of my skin tone, like whatever skin tone that I want to use, and I color the sketches of the outline on the edges. Then after that, we fill everything in with a paint bucket. You don't use a brush tool for this, because when you do that it looks like this. So you fill it up with a paint bucket. Most advisable, use lasso tool to cover the entire thing, so you just paste it up once. Next we go to shading. Go to a new layer and you click on multiply, and you pick your darker shade, and we start shading every single part that you feel it's necessary. And then when you're done with all the parts you want to shade, we move on to the nose. So I shaded the nose a little bit, and I'm picking a soft palette brush, still on the same layer, and I'm choosing the red color to add more effect to it. Paint it over that and use the blur tool to blend it. This will create a form of realism to your drawing. You can add as much as you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be red. So you just keep using the blur tool to blend it out till you get the results that you want. After, we're going to the lips. So we're going to paint it whatever color you want. I'm using red. Paint it all over, and we're using the soft palette brush, remember, for this. When we're done, we want to add a thicker shade on like the middle part of the lips. So we're using the pen fade brush, and then we're just using that to create a deeper shade. We go to the blur tool again, and we'll use it to blend the entire thing out. You can do this as much as you want. You can add as much color as you want, depending on how it comes out. So now that we're done with the lips, next we want to add blush. We're going to use the brush, and then we're not going to do it on the same multiply layer. Rather, we'll create a new layer and we'll add our blush, just the right amount we want. Next we go back to our multiply layer, and this is just me adding more effects using either the pen fade or soft palette brush, just to add like a more realistic effect, and then using the blur tool to blend the entire thing out. As you can see, I'm adding it almost everywhere that the shadow is, because that's how I want to do it. But if you have a better idea on how to do it, you can please share it in the comment down below. I also put a little bit under the eyes to create like an effect under the eye bags. Put it all over the shadows of the air, because that's how I want it. Now that I'm done with that, I briefly went back to the layer I used for the blush, and I'm using it to add color to the eyes. Next, for the hair, I'm going back to my layer 4 and I'm still using the soft palette to shade out the color of the hair that I want. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to open another layer and hit multiply, then start adding shade to the hair, and just every single part that I feel like shade should be. And we're done with this. It's already looking great. We open a new layer and this time around we hit overlay. And overlay is, I use it for ambience light. I feel like it will make the whole digital art pop better. But I don't just use overlay. Sometimes I use soft lights just to add more effects to it, so you just dabble between the two to add the effects that you want. With this overlay, you can also add like highlights to the face part and all that, and with that you're done with your digital painting, and then it comes out looking pretty amazing. I do hope you're able to create stunning digital art pieces with this tutorial. Thank you for staying to the end. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.